Now, this rating, it's all about just speculation and talking about who the next superstar is going to be, and if there is going to be a superstar on the MJ level of stardom. And now, me personally, his fans are a little too intense, like way more intense than the Beehive. I mean, well, the Beehive are just not as crazy as they used to be. But shit, let's just go, I guess. So we want to know. The people want to know if there going to be any superstar that is going to reach the Michael Jackson level of fame and stardom when it comes to acts. They can try, but they can never uh, replicate or duplicate what level of power and fame Michael Jackson had, because like they study the formula, they study his steps, they study everything that he did and everything that he used to do, but they can never get on his same level. There is something here about like his work ethic that was so genuine and that was so raw, and the hunger and thirst and passion that he had for everything, from his eye for the detail to his ear for the tune, to how raw and real and passionate he was about his craft. I think he's a Virgo. I think he was a Virgo, so that's expected. But it's also like he had a knack for that. He had a natural knack for that. That people try to duplicate and recreate and replicate, but they cannot get, because they lack that humbleness, they lack that realness, they lack that genuineness that he had, and that type of aura that he had mastered around himself. It was mixed up with, like his power and his talents, but it also was stemming from a place of sincerity and love, and like giving back in the same amounts, if not bigger ones, to the community that has given him everything, and to everything else that he was giving to the world. Then, like, a lot of people have these hidden agendas where they just want to like be like him, become like him, have everything that he had, or try to do it like he did, and try to get to his level, but they cannot, because it's different, and of course because of the periods being different and the songs being different and the eras being different. Therefore, like, there is no road for that authenticity, because when he came up, times were different. There were no cell phones like that. You had to work to earn that success, to gain that success, to gain I literally feel his energy around me. It's like, even the way that I'm speaking is very chill and is very calm, because it's like, even if I would give you the guidebook to become like Michael Jackson, you would not become Michael Jackson, because you are your own person, and there is only one Michael Jackson. He had like that humble cockiness to him, because he was so sure of himself, and because he knew who he was, and he didn't try to be somebody else. He didn't try to become something else that he wasn't, while he was there and while he was doing his own thing. So there is that. He's like, I can give you the guidebook, I can even give you like a long notebook on how to become like MJ, but you cannot be MJ. you know he knows that people see and study his career, his choices, his outfits, his details, his mannerism, and everything, but they cannot be like that. As I was saying, his era was way too different, because sorry, I was cracking my finger, but yeah, he was brought up in that generation where trust had to be earned. You had to form those bonds with people. You had to go and put yourself out there. You had to be yourself. You didn't have to be generic. You like so generic. You had to move. You had to be eloquent. You had to be elegant. You had to be very outspoken. You had to still be so gentle. You had to be so soft. You had to put yourself out there, you have to put your emotions out there. And those people lack that. They lack that originality. They lack that energy. His energy is so warm and chill. It's kind of, relaxing. So to answer that question, even if there will be like, other superstars, will they be on MJ's level? No. I mean, that's a very self-explanatory type of question. I'm so serious because like nobody can be that, and nobody can just become someone that they're not. So therefore, if you can just be yourself, how can you just be someone else when you don't even have your own identity and you don't even know who you really are deep down? It's easy to just get so confused and just get so consumed by fame and by wanting all the lights to be shining on you. But it's even harder to keep them. And it's even harder to not lose yourself because if you didn't have that stable um, self of identity and if you didn't know your roots and how deep they run, it's so easy to just get them snatched right back up and just, taken away. While lots of other seeds are planted there and they're not any good ones. Um, so yeah, you can't just be someone. You can't just wear those iconic gloves that he has and he has and just learn how to moonwalk and expect to be Michael Jackson. If you don't have the same work ethic, if you're not a workaholic, if you're not serious about everything that you do, you can't just be someone you're not. No matter how long you try studying that for, you can't just be that. They can waste money, they can do this and this and that, they can study it all they want to, but they um cannot be that, male or female. They're gonna try though. There is something here about like um a female superstar, a woman who is going to try to achieve that is definitely going to be an interesting ride because there are a lot of people who are backing her up. There are a lot of people who are, who are like, I believe in you and everything. You're gonna be the next best thing. You can even achieve that fame, that MJ level of fame. You can even like get all that. You can even get on that and be everywhere. And like we can make you global. She's gonna listen to all that shit, but then she's gonna be burnt out so fast. Self doubt, insecurities, fame is going to change her. I mean, like, the fame monster is gonna just like no ass her, ease her away, and she's not gonna be there. She's not gonna get there. So, yeah, it's like I want control over myself. I don't want to be controlled. I don't want to be, the next MJ. I want to be myself. I want to have my own identity. It's like at first you agree to all that shit, but then eventually as she becomes bigger, like as she gets to know who she is and as she feels lost or just, starts having her own insecurities and doubts, she's just going to be like, I want this. I want to have my own freedom. I want to have my own independence. I want to explore new ideas. I want to explore this at my own rate and not just like, trying to walk into someone else's footsteps and in his shadow. I don't want to be like that. Not even his family is going to be happy with the comparisons or like anything of that sort. Like, yes, it's fun to create and it's fun to take action. It's fun to be, strong-willed and have that willpower, but doesn't mean that, you're going to have it all. Of course, it's going to open up a lot of other opportunities for her. She's going to be a very fiery personality, a firecracker, but she's still going to have that type of grace around her, and she's still going to be very skillful, but it's just not going to be an easy ride for her. Let's see, will she achieve the MG success and stardom? A lot of toxicities. The industry is not going to let her fully achieve that. People are going to be pushing her and backing her up, but they're not that strong. It will lead to her own sadness, regrets, feeling like, I just have to make peace with the fact that I can't just achieve that. I want to be myself. And yeah, raw, naked to the public eye. Once again, just feeling like, you don't have any privacy, you're lacking all that shit. But that comes with, fame. That is its price. Lots of heartbreak, breakups. It's gonna be too much for even, like the men that she would be dating and she would be courting. It's gonna be a very interesting ride for her. Will she achieve that MJ level of fame? She could achieve, something closer to that. But the same level, let's see, the same level. Okay, the same level is debatable because it's like going to be depending on the definition of it. She's going to have a strong impact. Yes, she's going to have that passion. She's going to have the right connection. She's going to have to stand against time and against all those changes that are happening here. She's going to have to do lots of soul searching, just like knowing herself. Because the moment that she's going to know herself and she's going to be assertive, she's going to be assertive. And then when she's going to know herself and she's going to know her identity and she's not going to, go through all those identity crises, she might crash out. She might have those mental breakdowns and feeling burnt out and just feeling heartbroken and feeling neglected and rejected and all that shit in her love life and whatnot. And just, of course, problems with her label and just going independent or just like changing labels and just like doing this and this and that. I feel like everybody is just straying her away from her purpose and her just, having to find herself and just like, solidify her status for her own self. She's gonna get somewhere, but it's gonna be organic, but there is a lot of sneakiness around this shit. So no male superstar is going to get that because there's a lot of delusions and like illusions are surrounding this whole matter. But a female superstar might get somewhere like that. A lot of indecision. Like I don't know if we should embrace her like that. I don't know if we should just root for her like that. But this woman is going to have lots of eras, lots of reboots. She's gonna have like lots of different eras for her, like Lady Gaga, Rihanna. She's gonna have different eras, different hair colors, different outfits, and everything. She's still going to, she's going to learn how to skillfully manage all this shit and how to get somewhere without still being just like cast in MJ's shadow, like following his footsteps, but not his footsteps and just like doing everything right, but at the same time still sticking to her own style. And that is going to be her key to success and her key to fully succeed on and, like fully go into shit like this instead of just, being careless and arrogant and thinking that, she's gonna do this and this and this. She's gonna be a hardworking girl. She's gonna go through a lot of trouble. She's gonna go through a lot of trouble and through a lot of turmoils before she can just get there and before she can just achieve everything that she wants. So yeah, he's like, follow my guidebook, but at the same time don't try to be that, which is clearly what she's going to be doing. She's going to be like, I don't want to be that. I want to be my own person. So the moment she's going to acknowledge that and get that and still respect his legacy and just do those steps without actually like disrespecting all that and everything, she might get the actual blessing to get to where he is at. Not on the same level because he was once in a lifetime superstar, of course, but she's gonna get somewhere. She's going to be huge. Let's ask one more time. Is she going to get the MJ level of success? The superstar. Yes. She's going to be big. She's going to be big. She's going to follow the rules. At the same time, it might get too intense for her. And she would want to, like go away and get away. Because, okay, I'm missing out. I don't want to end up like that. I don't want to have a repeat of the past. I don't want to deal with the same cycles, with the same patterns and everything. So it's like, I see it, I see the trajectory, I respect it, and I still want to make my own. I still want to break my own back and sweat and, like cry and just do everything and do it right. But I still want to know when to retreat and walk away instead of, being locked away, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, no male superstar is going to reach that because once they get there, they get cocky, they self-sabotage. They think that they're better. It's kind of like they have to get MJ's blessing. If he doesn't like them, it's not gonna, get passed upon. Like the torch is not gonna get passed upon. No students, fully becomes a master. But this girl might master something, and he's still gonna be like, indecisive about it, like really pondering on it and stuff before it actually happens. Like, I see myself in you. I see a lot of myself in you. So yeah, she might be embraced there. So yeah, no way superstar is gonna be like MJ and is gonna get that same fortune or success, but a girl, female superstar is gonna get there and is gonna um know her way around it as long as she just respects it all and as long as she knows what she's doing and she's sticking to her roots and to herself, and she's assertive, because if you cannot be assertive you're not going to get anything, especially if it's a male dominated industry. And yes, that is the reading. I was a little apprehensive to do it at first, um because the last MJ readings I've done, I think I haven't done like many, but I've never posted them. It's always like a lot of other stuff that happens, but this time the energy was very warm and accepting, and yeah. Hopefully it doesn't reach the wrong audience, but even if it does, I don't be on here as much anymore. But yes, I hope that this has answered the question about, like the existence of a future superstar that might reach that level. And we kind of got, like a little key for the keyhole for this. And yes, the woman is going to be brown skinned or, caramel skinned with long black hair. She's going to be very skinny or like, curvaceous, but, still got the sporty body. And she's going to wear lots of leather, lots of dark colors, but she still can lean into her feminine side. And she got it. She's gonna get it. She's like petite, like Tyler, but also like bold and assertive, and having a similar type of body to Beyonce. And she's gonna have like different eras, like Lady Gaga, like Rihanna, like that versatility and everything. So she's kind of going to be like a mixture of multiple female artists. Like each one of them is going to be like, oh, she favors this, she favors this. She has the same personality as this one. She has this and this and that. She might even go to a Britney era with like the mental breakdowns and wanting her independence, but she's going to get there. So yes, I hope that this reading has answered the question for the question that has been asked and the requests for this reading. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and may we meet in another reading. Bye.